Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. Haven't done a video in a bit, so let's see if I still remember how to do this shit. All right, so got another haul. I haven't ordered in a while. All of a sudden this week I did 3 orders. 2 of them came in, so I'm gonna drop a video, and one hasn't came in because one of the books was a pre-order, right? So I'm waiting for that. That gets released, I believe it's at the 31st. All right, so let's get to our first book, Rhino Crimson. Now this is our main character, Ragna. There's a dragon named Crimson. So in this world you have all kinds of different dragons. He basically hooks up with one called Crimson. Now this dragon is kind of like a shapeshifter. There's lots of different types of dragons. Some can speak, some can't. There's levels to this shit, you know what I'm saying? So okay, basically they hook up to start slaughtering dragons everywhere. There's a reason for this. We'll get to it. You gotta read the story. And you kill them with silver swords, silver arrows, and whatnot, like you would do with werewolves. So something happens with Ragnar where his blood starts being fueled with silver. So he becomes real overpowered. Think Mike Tyson knocking out his opponent with one swing, right? Or One Punch Man. That's what he does now. He becomes, so the fight scenes, the artwork is cool, but they're not very long. They end with one sword swing, right? The real meat and potatoes of this is how did he get this silver through his blood, right? How did he get so powerful? And why is he trying to slaughter all these dragons? Well, you gotta read the book. Now, this is by Square Enix manga, it says. $13. Usually manga is about 10. This shit said $13. I was like, why is it so much more, right? Why is it so expensive? Like, I know you think it's just $3, not that much. But say it goes 20 volumes. Those $3 all of a sudden are $20, $60, $80 difference now, right? On the 20, $40, $60 difference. Anyways, excuse my math, guys. I went to public school in the inner city, so don't blame me, blame the state of California. So anyways, after I finished reading this, which I just finished today, when I was reading it, I really enjoyed the experience. I'm not just talking about the story itself, but then we talk about the page. The pages, look at the scans, the line work, it's very crisp, very clean, nothing's muddled, nothing's too dark. You can see all the artwork, and look at how big they make the letters. The letters are huge. I really enjoyed when I was reading this. Like, the letters were real big. The translation, they kind of changed it into an American format, if you will. What I mean by that is they say stuff like, nah, bro, and or they talk how we would talk here, right? Sometimes it can be translated to like the exact meaning of how everything is said, and in English it sounds kind of funky. So here they kind of they did it so it's a more smoother read, right? And the paper quality is nice. It's what you expect from manga as far as the paper. It's fairly thick. Like, you can't see through the art on the other side of the page. If that makes sense. So yeah, I really enjoyed it when I was reading it, and I was like, yeah, I can see why it's $3 more, because it's very high quality. It's basically what I'm getting at, right? So yeah, that's volume 1. This I will be picking up more of. I really enjoyed it. Alright, the next book I got is Monster by Urasawa, volume 9. This completes the series. This is a Viz Sig, which is weird because usually Viz Sigs are like a one-off, right? 1 volumes. This is like a 3-in-1. But usually the 3-in-1s are Viz Bigs, which I wonder why they chose to go with this format instead of the Viz Big format. I have no idea. Price is the same. Page counts are about the same. Only difference is the paper. This has the yellow manga paper. The Viz Bigs have that heavier white paper, which the artwork stands out more because the paper's white and the inks are black and so forth, right? So the contrast pops more. Other than that, here the scans look good. Good, look at that. I have no issues with it. To me, same thing. I had either or. It's not a big deal to me. I was just found it curious that why they went that route. Wonder what the decision behind that was, right? Now the next book I got the whole series all in one order. Arya editions. Now look at this. Did everyone else's books come this way? Look at this one, the last one. Can you see it there? It's shorter than the rest of the volumes are. I found that kind of weird. I don't know if it was just my copy or if other volume 7s came this way. Oh well, it is what it is. Not a big deal. Let me move these suckers out of the way real quick. Okay, so now the build, the feel of this is kind of similar to the Monster book. The Perfect Edition has this gold binding there. Now let me show you something that I thought was real nice. Right? Look, you get the whole artwork. It's all one big picture. The only sucky thing is you have this gold in the middle, so when you open it, you can't see the art as good as I'd like to. But that's nitpicking. I kind of would have preferred if just the letters were gold and not the gold plate. Because this gold plate, once you open the book, I'm already seeing it, it's going to have a crease in the middle once you start reading them, right? Right? One thing, I just finished volume 1 of these because I was curious. I just totally blind bought because I bought into the hype, right? Everybody was showing it on their videos and I was like, oh shit, hype train. Like, I better hop on this shit, right? Everybody's saying how great it is. I had no idea what I bought. So I was like, you know what? When they got here, I was like, let me read the first volume, see if I even like this book, right? I didn't even know what genre or anything. I was just wowed by the pictures on the covers and the fancy gold foil platings. So what did I think about it? It's a slice of life, but it's also somewhat sci-fi, right? Because they're in, it's called Venetia, but it's basically Venice, Italy, right? You see everybody's working with these boats in the water. Have you ever seen in Italy? They're always rowing those boats because a lot of the waters, it's like think streets, but it's water instead of pavement and so forth. So you get a lot of that, right? And but it's in a sci-fi setting. It's in Mars, but it's just it's almost like Earth with slight differences. Not much though. And when I was reading it, I enjoyed it. It's okay. Honestly, I enjoyed the Rhino Crimson. Those are the two that I read these last 3 days. And I enjoyed that a lot more. But that's comparing oranges to apples, right? It's not the same thing. This is a slice of life. The other one is action heavy. So it's going to feel a lot slower and so forth. One thing I noticed, though, when I was reading it, is the pages here are a lot thinner. Like you can, let me go through one. I don't know if this is going to show it here. But I like the artwork, it's cool. But you could totally see through the pages onto the pages on the back. And a lot of these pages, it's very just white in the background. And you could see all the lines from the other side of the paper and kind of affected the experience, if you will, a little bit. Did it not ruin it, but it definitely affected it somewhat, especially since I read it after I had just finished reading the Rhino Crimson. I was like, hey, what the hell? Like, this book wasn't cheap. These volumes were, where does it say the cover price? These were $25 each. So I expect better paper quality than on the Rhino Crimson, right? And we did not get that here. But other than that, it does have some nice foil, everything else. That's my only real complaint, was the paper quality was a bit thin for what the price is. Had it been $15, wouldn't be complaining. Even had it been $19, I probably wouldn't be complaining, right? That the paper was kind of shabby. So anyways, there was this scene in the book where it got real interesting. It got kind of eerie. It set a whole different tone from the rest of the book, which was, I'm gonna do a review on it. You know what? I'm gonna do a review on it so I could, because if I talk about it right now, this video is gonna run very long. So I'm gonna do a review. Here's volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, volume 5, volume 6, volume 7. All right, so these next books I picked up based on check out Princess of Paperbacks. She does some manga, but she's a booktuber, so it's more novels and whatnot. But she shows these in her manga collection. Princess Jellyfish. Look at that artwork. It's very throwback, like to old school manga. It almost looks like it would have been drawn in the 70s, but I'm pretty sure it's more modern than that. And look at the vibrant colors. They really pop. Really digging them. You got a princess there, so looking very regal. And it seems like it's a lot about fashion. Look at the way they're dressed, like they're almost like modeling, right? So I think it's gonna be a lot of fashion and showing off how expensive their clothes is. So I'm expecting that type of humor in it. Not sure, I have not read it yet. Look at the spines right there. So look real nice on the shelf. I already have volume 1, so got the first 3 already. It's from Kodansha Comics, everybody's favorite. I know that's everybody's favorite publisher. I like them too. So yeah, I got these 2. And she was also showing off she was drinking some of this. I ordered a few of them. The kombuchas. This favorite bubbly rose, not impressed. I did like the lemon ginger, that one's really good, and the passion fruit tangerine. Those two are pretty good. They're almost like it's just like tea, but it's cold, right, instead of hot. The other series I picked up based on the stuff she had was these 2. Kitchen Princess. Love the spines on these as well. I saw them. I was like, those will look nice on the shelf. Pretty cheap. They were like $9 on Right Stuff. So it's like, hell yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. $9, don't got much to lose. Now, these are I like the sizes. They're nice. They're light. Also, Kodansha Comics. Check out the artwork here. Kind of like cutesy type of art. I mean, look at the cover right there. That tells you everything. So I guess it's gonna be like a cooking manga. I know my boy Mike, the other half to this channel, he recently picked up Food Truck, which was a food manga. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw one in there too, see how I like it. And then it was $9, you know, they were on sale. I was like, you know, it can't hurt. It's only $9, not much, and they're pretty chunky. They're 2-in-1s. So yeah, that's a great price. First 2 volumes. They did not have the other 2, so we'll see how I like these. From what I know, I think manga always has, food manga always has like recipes at the end. So who knows? I might go ahead and try to do some of these recipes, see if they're any good. The next book I got, it's a huge book. It's pretty expensive by manga standards, but it's actually a Western comic. It's in color, but I think this would appeal more to manga readers than it will to League Batman fans and whatnot. It's Pacific Rim, the Ultimate Omnibus. This book is huge. The binding goes for $100. It's not the cheapest, but it's nice quality, and it comes with these ribbons. It comes with 2. I don't know why, but it does. Let me see if I could flip through a page here just so you could get an idea of some of the art. It has 5 different stories. Look at that right there. It's nice art, but we do have 5 different artists, so it's not always going to be the same art. So like I said, it's 5 different stories, so think it's 5 manga volumes put into one hardcover, right? So each one has a different, Western, each volume can have a different artist, and it might just have the same writer though, right? So I'll definitely be doing an overview on it. If you're familiar with Pacific Rim, I love the movie. It's awesome. If you like Godzilla, if you like King Kong versus Godzilla, you probably like Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim Part 2 is not the greatest, but Part 1 was solid. And this gives you, it really fleshes out those characters, and then when you read this, the movie makes more sense. So I'll just leave it at that, and I'll talk about it a little more when I finish reading it and I do a review on it, right? Okay, the other books I picked up were more hardcovers that are mangas. It's volume 3 of Gundam. Love this cover. Look at this guy. Sick. You know the spines on these. And we got volume 2. So now I have the first 4. This one, I really like the colors on the back cover. The back cover looks more appealing to me than the front cover. But yeah, so Gundam, I haven't read it yet, but I know basically it's like Air Force, like pilots, but instead of flying planes, they ride mechs, right? Gundams, or I believe they're called Gundams here, right? And they're not called mechs. But it's similar to your Pacific Rim. Same premise, same idea, right? So if you like one, you might want to check out the other. One thing I don't like about these books is the feel. It's very like, if you guys own them, you know what I'm talking about, or you seen them in the store. It feels like you're like an eraser at school, right? When you touch the erasers, like it almost sticks, your fingers almost stick to it. I would have preferred if it just had a glossy, smooth feel to it. I don't know, I just don't like it. It feels weird and nicky to me. Alright, the last books of the haul are these, and these feel so much lighter. So much lighter next to these. These feel heavy. They're about the same. But these are much heavier because the paper is glossy. This is your standard manga paper. This is your heavy glossy white paper. So real heavy. In future, I'm gonna do a review on the Arya and a review on the first Rhino Crimson. So I'm gonna drop those 3 videos since those are the 3 latest reads while they're still somewhat fresh in my head. I'll do a review on those. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like what you saw here today, hit that like button. You know, it really helps out the channel. Helps the algorithm and so forth. And other than that, I'd just like to thank you guys for taking some time out of your day to check out the video. It's been a minute, and check us out next time.